Often told, aren't we, that Meghan Markle, had lots of friends, and a lot of people speak very highly of her, and that's nice, when you think about it. We've recently had Serena Williams gushing away about what a wonderful friend, always putting herself first, and that's what you want from a friendship. But this particular friendship over in California really caught my eye because way back in 2019, this particular person was telling a rather different story, and I should know because I met her. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. As ever, lovely to see you today. Hope you're all keeping well. Thank you also for your very kind comments about some of the recent videos. I know the woke stuff drives me insane, it's ridiculous, isn't it? But it goes on, it gets them some attention, but I think what we try and do on this channel is just highlight how daft they are, when you think about it. It always makes me laugh. There was a friend of mine who was watching the channel up in Yorkshire, and she said, "I'd love to see people start dropping milk in Asda where we are in Yorkshire." She said, "We'd be making them mopping it up. They'd be like human mops." And I did kind of think, yeah, some people are just way too laid back, aren't they? Don't want to get involved. But it's those that get involved that get things done. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I can see you're agreeing with me. Back as ever though to your breaking news story of the day. This story, as I say, fascinated me because about 2.5 years ago now, I think March time in 2019, I met the actress Katharine McPhee. Now, Katharine was starring at the Adelphi Theatre in the musical Waitress, not doing particularly well, an import from America, and wasn't particularly that good, in fact, as a musical. I wasn't keen on it at all. It just seemed a bit, well, lacking in substance, really. But here's the deal. A couple of, sort of ideas that we were told to help promote it would be to sort of mention the fact that she used to go to school with then Meghan Markle. And we thought, right, really? And of course, as the opening night got closer, she posted this particular picture to her social media accounts. But here's what Katharine said at the time. Stated that she was absolutely stunned by the reaction of the London audiences to her musical Waitress, and that she was now planning to invite her old school friend Meghan Markle and Prince Harry to watch the show. Now, according to Katharine, they both went to the same Los Angeles high school and performed in musicals together when they were teenagers. Now, a couple of days after this particular interview, McPhee then announced in another tabloid newspaper that they both attended the WE Day charity event at Wembley Arena, and she claimed that they were reunited backstage at the event where Prince Harry spoke to the crowd of thousands and they posed for a photograph together. Katharine said she was lovely and remembered me, but she remembered my sister more specifically because they were in the same class and I was just sitting around waiting for the baby to come home. You see, what's fascinating about this sudden close friendship is Katharine then went on to marry the multi-millionaire songwriter, record producer and entrepreneur David Foster. And suddenly Harry, Meghan and Katharine are best buddies, and there's no mention of how she'd lost touch for years and how she was hoping that Harry and Meghan would turn up to the show. They never did, in fact. So it just shows how fickle the celebrity world is and how celebrities use those that are useful to them when the time is right. Now, I'm not suggesting that they don't have a good friendship or anything like that, but it does seem rather strange, doesn't it, that when you look back at the actual written down facts in interviews, they clearly weren't that close, and the fact that Katharine's claiming she actually remembered me just proves how she turned into something of a fangirl, because as she also stated later that they were living very similar lives as she was playing something of a princess role on the London stage, and that Meghan was now going to be living in a castle like a princess. A lovely twist, great PR, and as ever, they hoped it would save the musical from closing. Sadly, even Meghan couldn't do that. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.